Welcome to Same Spit Different Face Podcast, where my opinions is facts. And if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Also, for my Cash App, Hip Hop Artist of the Week, and Spit Squad merch, check the description.
Where that shit at, nigga? Where the fuck you at? Man, nigga, I know where I'm at, nigga.
No, nigga. Fuck you.
Also follow Same Spit Different Face on Instagram. Now, Spit Squad, eyewitness claims they saw two men and a woman physically beating Megan Thee Stallion. But what I have to say is that this sounds like a contradiction statement from what actually happened when they first reported this. So, and this is via Rolling Stone, right? It says Detective Ryan Stroger said he was assigned to the case 2 days after the shooting and interviewed Megan Thee Stallion over the phone on July 16, 2020, and then again on November 12, 2020. He said Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Peterson, called witnessing Peterson pull the trigger. As she exited the vehicle, she heard Mr. Peterson yelling obscenities at her, and he stated, "Dance, bitch," and then he began firing a weapon at her, Stroger testified. Now, let me give y'all a breakdown of this part. If TORY Lanez did this, right, why when Megan had did all her interviews where she was on the internet and she was talking, she said her back was turned when she heard the shot. So, I mean, that's contradicting right there. But, I mean, she could have, obviously something ended up happening. But she at one point said that her back was turned allegedly, right? Now, it said Megan observed Mr. Peterson holding a firearm, and then she observed him start to shoot. Stroger said Megan immediately felt pain in her feet, observed blood, fell to the ground, and then crawled to an adjacent driveway of a residence. She described her injuries as bleeding profusely. Peterson high-powered lawyer Sean Holly grilled Stroger over his interview with Megan and suggested an alternate narrative where Megan was involved in a physical altercation with her friend and former assistant KELSEY Harris, who was another passenger inside of the black Cadillac Escalade shortly before the shooting. Now, let me interject on that. When you look at the situation of what they're saying right here, they say bleeding profusely, right? The video came out where Meg was walking backwards to the cops when the cops told her to put her hands in the air. At no point was she bleeding profusely. Now, if she was shot in the foot, which I'm not saying she couldn't have been grazed or something could have happened, you would have saw blood everywhere. And that wasn't what was in that clip. So I don't know what to say about that, but that's one thing that strikes me as weird. Now, let me continue reading. Holly went on to suggest that Harris may have had possession of the gun when it fired because investigators found gunshot residue on her hand. The lawyer also said a man who witnessed the shooting from a nearby residence said he believed the muzzle flash was closest to the non-victim female at the time of the shooting. Now, quick breakdown of that. So basically, gun residue was on her hand, KELSEY hand, which means the person who fired a gun would have gun residue on their hand. And the witness said the muzzle was closest to the non-female victim, which means Megan would be the female victim, KELSEY would be the non-female victim. Now, let me continue reading. Under questioning by Deputy District Attorney Caddy 2, Stroger said gunshot residue can transfer to someone who's in the vicinity of a gun that discharged. Stroger also raised questions about the credibility of the eyewitness testimony, saying the man reported seeing two men and a woman physically beating Pete. Now, let me break that piece down. So when they saying that the gunshot residue could have transferred, when you shoot that gunshot residue, if you close to the gun, it can go in a bunch of different directions, right? But the only different thing is you would have to have possession of the gun or be touching the gun for it to actually get on your hand. And now the thing is that if it went everywhere, why was it on KELSEY's hand but not on TORY Lanez's hand when TORY was basically swabbed and everything for if he had gunshot residue on him. And the guy who said it went off closer to Megan also said it looked like two guys and a woman was beating Megan. So that's something contradicting in his statement. Like, did you see two people beating her, or did you see the gunshot muzzle going off next to them? Now, the perception part of it to me is that he could have seen them all wrestling over the gun, because I did see an article that said the gun had 4 inconclusive DNAs on the actual gun. So maybe they were all trying to wrestle the gun away from KELSEY, and KELSEY ended up getting control of it. But back to the article. And the guy said he believed that they were trying to kill her. He said it looked to him to be a severe beating. Stroger testified he had mentioned that it was the 2 males beating the female on the ground. The area they was in, man, I can't even dispute this because I don't know. But the one thing I do know, the area they was in, it was a high quality area. So that means it might be some ring footage somewhere, some type of video. And if they have video, I don't understand why it hasn't been presented yet, but maybe it'll be presented further down the road in court. Check out No Time to Play Fair, official hood movie and the end screen. If your favorite Chicago rapper album or mixtape was turned into a movie, it'd be No Time to Play Fair. In the movie No Time to Play Fair, a great day can turn into a bad day, and a bad day can turn deadly. Spit Squad, drop below in the comments and let me know what you think, and it's free. So click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Peace.